But what I think would be really special if you could share particularly is the truth of what comes behind money in your business and asking to charge for your services, which I think we always get down to value, or any belief that you have around that. So when the women are coming up against how much do they charge for their services, and how do they feel worthy enough that, you know, most of them are doing free sessions right now and then selling them at the end into their programs, or into their one-on-one coaching, feeling the worth that what they're teaching is worthy enough to do it. Does that give you enough context to dance with them?
Yes. Yeah, so this is really where it all comes together, where my work all comes together. And before I dive into it, let me share one thing. That when somebody is making an investment in working with you, it's not about your worth, it's about theirs. Actually nothing to do with how much you're worth or what you're teaching them. It has to do with them making an investment in themselves and what they think that investment in themselves is worth. And that's a big shift from what we normally think about charging for our services. We normally think, oh, well, it's like, how much are my services worth? But it's not. It's really about how much is the dream that you're helping the person that you're working with tap into worth. What is the outcome that they're going to receive from working with you? And that's dependent on them, not you. So we'll lay that down as the beginning. So with that foundation in mind, then my whole process, the whole money map process, the entrepreneurial archetypes, all of that is all focused on you knowing what is the least you can charge. What is the least you could charge? And I recommend that you start off by charging that, the least you could charge. And then from there, increasing based on, number one, you getting more and more clear about the value of the outcomes for the people that you're serving. And as you get more and more clear about the value of those outcomes, you'll naturally increase your rates. And then number two, getting more and more clear about what feels good for your time. So let me give you an example of, many of you know my friend Michael Ellsberg. And he and I were just talking about this yesterday because he was charging $300 for a session where you would work with him on building your network. That was the least he could charge. Based on, he knew his money map number. Because when you know your money map number, you know the least you can charge for an hour of your time. Not because you're going to charge hourly, ever. I never want you charging hourly. But as you put together your packages, you know that for each hour that you put into a package, you need to receive at least that amount for each hour. So let's say that your money map number hourly is $100. And you create a package that includes 10 hours of your time plus some other things. You know that package has to be at least $1,000. Or if 10 people are going to be in a group that takes 10 hours of your time, they each need to pay at least $100. That's the least you could charge. So it's really important to know what is the least I could charge. So he was charging $300. That was the least he could charge. And then he did, however many of those sessions he did at $300, and he started to not feel like they were fun. So he's raised it to $500. Right? And so he'll do those at $500 until it no longer feels fun at $500, and then he'll raise it to probably $750 or $1,000. And so that no longer feels fun. And then he'll raise it to, $1,500, whatever. And it all starts, though, with knowing the least you could charge and reevaluating that on at least every 3 to 6 month basis, because things change in your life. Your expenses change, your lifestyle changes. Remember, we're all evolving, we're all evolutionary. So your rates should change as well. Even if it's still fun at $300, your life might have changed such that your life can no longer accommodate you doing that at $300.
Usually that means time to me. Like, your time is so precious, and that
We've got to get you into a new relationship with your time. Your money map number is based on how much time are you willing to put in, how much time do you have available to put in to reaching your money map number. And most of us have a completely skewed perspective on time. We think we can work way more than we actually can. Oh, well, I could work 40 hours a week. Okay, well, if you're putting 40 hours a week into your business, some of that time needs to go to continuing education. Some of that time needs to go to marketing. Some of that time needs to go to admin. You don't make any money on those things. You're not getting paid to do CLE, to do continuing education. You're not getting paid to do marketing. You're not getting paid to do the admin of your business. You're only really getting paid for the time you spend on sales and delivery of your service. So we have to get into right alignment. That tool that I gave you in our first section, tool.moneymaptofreedom.com, that tool is going to guide you through this process of looking at how much money, how much time, and coming up with your money map number.
Do you want to become a confident and masterful life coach? Imagine feeling completely supported by a brilliant sisterhood while you launch your dream business and attain financial freedom. Mentor Masterclass is an all-in life coach training program for 40 women who are on a mission to learn from the best. You can join Mentor Masterclass at the beginning of any new month while spaces are available. Head on over to mentormasterclass.com to learn more about the training and apply now.